Yesterday, the developers of New World at Amazon Game Studios released an update that confirmed many of the suspicions and rumors that have been swirling around fundamental changes to the PvP system. The devs explained that predatory player killing was happening at a toxic level during the alpha testing, and they detail in their blog post that they are committed to fair, organized, skill-based PvP being an integral part of New World. They say they attempted several incremental fixes during the closed alpha, but ultimately realized that changes to the core system were required. Because of these reasons, they've implemented an opt-in or PvP toggle function that will become available to players once they reach level 10 and join a faction. This decision has many who have been following the game development since alpha testing upset, as they see this as a major departure from many of the aspects of the game that they were excited for. The previous open world forced PvP created a greater sense of risk and danger that many players were so excited to experience. The developers also announced that they don't have any plans at this time to have separate PvP dedicated servers. This decision has further alienated the PvP fanbase. We also got some more details on what the war system will look like. In New World, player guilds are called companies. Each company will control their own territory and can declare war on one another to attempt to take control of another company's territory. Once two companies agree to go to war, they will each select a roster of 50 players and agree on a time for the battle to take place. One side will be the attackers, who win by claiming the flag at the center of the defending fort. The other side will be the defenders, who must fend off the attackers and protect the flag until the timer runs out. They say the fight is not instant, but that it's in a protected area so that only those on the roster are able to participate. If there's one piece of advice I could give to the devs, it would be that they cannot stay lukewarm if they expect to build a strong, dedicated player base. They talk a lot in the video about shifting more focus to PvE, but then go on to say that there are no dungeons or raids currently in the game. So what PvE content can we look forward to in New World? Well, they mentioned two new features that have been added. Corrupted breaches, which are essentially world events that players will have to work together to defeat an onslaught of corrupted energy and waves of enemies. The next is territory defense, where waves of NPCs will attack player-owned forts, and you'll have to work together with your company to defend and hold your territory. While both of these features sound pretty cool, and I'm sure we will all enjoy participating in these events, they simply aren't enough to position New World as a strong PvE MMO. The most successful PvE MMOs are built on challenging raid content that requires players to build solid teams and work together to progress through that content. Grouping up to defeat waves of random NPCs just isn't going to cut it. If the developers aren't careful, they're going to find themselves with a game that doesn't appeal to either PvE or PvP players. So, is New World already doomed? For me, the short answer is no. We're still a few months out to beta testing, so a lot can still change. An important point made in all of this is that the changes implemented so far were decided based on player feedback and gameplay data. While the community is clearly split on this announcement and they will never be able to appease all players, the devs need to continue to listen to the community and make decisions based on what the majority of players are wanting. And let's be honest for a second, the MMO community is starved for something new. So if they put out something with good combat and decent content, people are going to play. The question really will be, how long will people stay active and engaged in the game? Well, that's where it's up to the devs to deliver an awesome PvP system and thrilling PvE content to keep people playing. I've linked the full developer video and blog post in the description if you want to read all the details for yourself. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the changes. I'll be covering all the New World updates, so be sure to like and subscribe.